Imagine this, just for a moment. A perfect little cupcake sits before you, its pale golden crumb peeking out from its paper case. On top, a generous, luscious swirl of creamy, peanut-hued frosting beckons. You lean in, taking that first irresistible bite. Close up, bite taken, soft crumb revealed. The cake is impossibly soft, melting on your tongue with a comforting, familiar warmth. Then comes the glorious, rich depth of smooth peanut butter, followed by the subtle, almost floral crunch of bright green pistachio. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated pleasure. This isn't some complicated patisserie creation. This is something you can whip up in your own kitchen, a small act of self-indulgence that feels both decadent and wonderfully achievable. This is the magic of the vegan peanut butter and pistachio cupcake. It's a recipe that sounds almost too good to be true, yet it delivers on every single promise. The salty, earthy notes of the peanut butter are lifted and brightened by the delicate, sweet character of the pistachio. It is a partnership that works in perfect harmony, creating a taste experience that is complex, satisfying, and utterly delicious. Each mouthful is a delightful journey of textures, from the fluffy cake to the velvety frosting and the final, satisfying little crunch of a toasted nut. The beauty of this recipe lies not just in its exquisite taste, but also in its profound simplicity. There is no need for arcane techniques or hard-to-find ingredients. This is honest, straightforward baking that yields spectacular results. It's the kind of recipe you can turn to on a gray afternoon when you need a little lift, or when friends announce they are popping over for a cup of tea. It's a testament to the fact that vegan baking can be every bit as luxurious and gratifying as its traditional counterparts. This little cake is proof that plant-based treats can be rich, flavorful, and utterly divine without compromise. And so, we begin our little culinary adventure. A good recipe is like a treasure map, and the ingredients are the precious jewels you must gather before the adventure begins. For our cupcakes, the heart of the matter, 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a ½ teaspoon of salt. Quick flat lay of the dry ingredients together. Now the liquids. 3/4 of a cup plant-based milk. I find soy milk works beautifully here. Oat milk is lovely too. 1/2 cup of smooth, luscious peanut butter. This is not the time for the all-natural, oil-separated kind. 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1/4 cup of raw shelled pistachios, finely chopped into a sandy texture. For the crowning glory, our decadent frosting, 1/2 cup of softened vegan butter, 1/2 cup of that same smooth peanut butter, 2 to 3 cups of powdered sugar, sifted for a silky finish, a tablespoon or 2 of plant-based milk to reach perfect spreadable consistency. Garnish, a further 1/4 cup of pistachios, roughly chopped. The first step in any baking ritual is to prepare your space and awaken the oven. Set it to preheat to a moderate 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or 175 degrees Celsius. This gentle heat is perfect for coaxing our cupcakes to rise evenly and bake to a tender golden brown. While the oven warms, turn your attention to the 12-hole muffin tin. Carefully line each cup with a pretty paper liner. This not only prevents sticking, but also dresses up your little cakes for the party. In a large, welcoming bowl, it's time to combine the dry ingredients. Whisk together the flour, sugar, baking soda, and salt until they are a uniform, dusty cloud. Then, add your finely chopped pistachios and stir them through, ensuring they are evenly distributed. In a separate, smaller bowl, we will create the liquid heart of our batter. This is where the rich flavors begin to meld. Spoon in the smooth peanut butter, then pour over the plant-based milk, the vegetable oil, and the teaspoon of vanilla extract. Take a whisk and begin to combine them. At first, the peanut butter might seem reluctant to join the party, but with a little gentle persuasion, it will dissolve into the milk, creating a smooth, creamy, and fragrant mixture. The color will be a lovely pale café au lait, and the aroma will be an enticing preview of the deliciousness that is to come. This smooth emulsion is key to a tender cupcake. Now for the moment of union. Pour the wet ingredients into the large bowl containing the dry. This is a crucial stage where a light hand is required. Resist the temptation to beat the batter into submission. Instead, take a spatula or a large spoon and gently fold the two mixtures together. Scrape from the bottom of the bowl up to the top, turning the bowl as you go. You want to mix only until the last streaks of flour have disappeared. A few small lumps in the batter are not only acceptable, but desirable. Overmixing develops the gluten in the flour, which can lead to tough, dense cupcakes, and we are aiming for light, fluffy perfection. With your beautiful, pale, pistachio-flecked batter ready, it is time to fill the liners. Use a spoon or a small ice cream scoop to divide the batter evenly among the 12 paper cases. Aim to fill each liner about 2/3 of the way full. This will give the cupcakes ample room to rise and form those lovely domed tops without spilling over the sides. Take a moment to admire your work. 12 little promises of future delight, all lined up and ready for their warm transformation in the oven. The gentle, methodical process is a joy in itself, a quiet dance of creation in the heart of your kitchen. With your muffin tin filled, the moment has arrived to entrust your little cakes to the warmth of the oven. Open the oven door. Feel that gentle wave of heat. Carefully place the tin on the middle rack. This central position is vital. It ensures heat circulates evenly around the cupcakes. That way, they bake uniformly, not burned on the bottom, not pale on top. Close the oven door gently, without a slam. Now, set a timer for 20 minutes, your first checkpoint. The kitchen will soon fill with the aroma of warm peanut butter and toasted nuts. The 20 to 25-minute window is critical. After 20 minutes, it's time for the doneness test. Take a simple wooden toothpick, or use a thin skewer. Gently insert it into the very center of a cupcake in the middle of the tin. If the pick comes out clean, they're done. If there are a few moist crumbs, that's fine. Any sign of liquid batter, they need more time. If needed, return them to the oven for 2 to 3 minutes and test again. Ovens can be fickle. Baking times are guidelines. Keep a watchful eye during the final minutes. Look for tops that are lightly golden. Look for tops that are springy to the touch. Look for tops that have puffed up beautifully. Once they pass the test, carefully remove the tin from the oven. Place the tin on a heat-proof surface, or place it on a cooling rack. Resist the immediate urge to frost. Patience. Let the cupcakes cool in the hot tin for 5 to 10 minutes. This helps them set and become easier to handle. Gently lift each cupcake out of the tin. Place each cupcake onto a wire cooling rack. Air circulation prevents soggy bottoms as steam escapes. Allow them to cool completely to room temperature before frosting. A warm cupcake will melt the frosting into an oily puddle. While your beautiful cupcakes are cooling, we can turn our attention to their crowning glory, the impossibly creamy and decadent peanut butter frosting. In a large bowl, place your softened vegan butter. Add the half cup of smooth peanut butter. If you have an electric mixer, now is its moment to shine. Begin beating the two together on medium speed. Mix until fully combined and light in color with a wonderfully fluffy, whipped texture. This initial whipping incorporates air, the secret to a light-as-a-cloud frosting. Once creamed, it's time to introduce the powdered sugar. Add the sifted powdered sugar gradually, 1 cup at a time, beating well after each addition. Start the mixer on low speed until each cup is incorporated, then increase speed to beat until smooth. After 2 cups, pause and assess the texture. It should be thick and creamy, holding shape but spreadable. Now we fine-tune the consistency. Is it a little too stiff? Add 1 tablespoon of plant-based milk and beat it in. Check the texture again. If still too thick, add the 2nd tablespoon. Aim for firm enough to pipe, yet soft enough to swoop on with a spoon or knife. Once satisfied, give the frosting one final vigorous beat for about a minute on high. The frosting becomes perfectly smooth, airy, and divine. Final result, a pale peanut-colored cream, sweet with a salty peanut depth. Cover the bowl and set aside. Your frosting is ready to adorn cooled cupcakes, transforming them into irresistible works of art. The moment of assembly has arrived. Your cupcakes are cool to the touch, and your luscious frosting is ready. Now you have a choice in how you wish to dress them. For a rustic, homemade charm, simply take a small knife or the back of a spoon and scoop up a generous dollop of frosting. Gently swoop and swirl it onto the top of each cupcake, creating soft peaks and valleys. There is a simple, honest beauty in this approach. Alternatively, fit a piping bag with a star-tipped nozzle. Fill it with your frosting and pipe a beautiful, tall swirl on each cake for a patisserie-style finish. Once each cupcake has its generous crown of frosting, it's time for the final flourish. Take your roughly chopped pistachios and sprinkle them generously over the frosting. The vibrant green of the nuts against the pale, creamy peanut butter is visually stunning. It's a little pop of color that promises a delightful crunch. Don't be shy. The more, the merrier. This nutty confetti adds a final layer of texture, balancing the soft cake and creamy frosting with a satisfying, crisp bite. Your cupcakes are now complete and ready to be admired. Peanut butter brings a rich, comforting, slightly salty depth. Pistachio offers a subtle sweetness and a light, almost buttery crunch. Together, they create a harmony, one deep and resonant, the other light and bright. Indulgent yet elegant, comforting and chic. And so, your work is done. 12 little masterpieces sit before you. Make a batch today. Share them with friends over afternoon tea. Pack one in a lunchbox as a delightful surprise. Keep a few just for yourself, for those quiet moments when only a perfect, nutty, fluffy cupcake will do. Take a bite. Soft cake, creamy frosting, crunchy nut. Let it transport you. This is more than a recipe. It's a small celebration on a plate. Enjoy every single bite. Before we dive into the glorious mess of mixing and baking, let's talk about what we're creating. This recipe will yield a generous 12 perfect little cupcakes, ready to be shared or savored over a few quiet afternoons. The preparation is wonderfully swift, requiring no more than a mere 15 minutes of your time. This is what I call kitchen alchemy, a small investment of effort for a truly magnificent return. The baking itself is a patient wait of about 20 to 25 minutes, a perfect interlude to tidy up, make a cup of coffee, and anticipate the deliciousness to come. You are less than an hour away from pure, unadulterated cupcake bliss. The subtitle for this little creation could simply be, "A simple nutty treat for any day." It captures the essence of what these cupcakes are all about. They are not reserved for grand celebrations or special occasions, although they are certainly worthy of them. Rather, they are a small luxury for the everyday, a way to bring a little bit of sparkle to an ordinary Tuesday. They are a testament to the idea that you don't need a reason to bake something wonderful. The desire for a soft, nutty, sweet treat is reason enough. These cupcakes are your permission slip to indulge, to enjoy, and to celebrate the small moments. What makes this recipe so special is its accessibility. It's entirely vegan, meaning it's crafted without any eggs or dairy, yet it sacrifices nothing in terms of texture or taste. The cake is light and airy, the frosting rich and creamy. This is achieved through the clever use of simple, plant-based ingredients that work together in beautiful synergy. The plant-based milk provides moisture, the oil ensures a tender crumb, and the baking soda gives it that essential lift. It's a formula that proves you can create something truly spectacular with the most basic of pantry staples, making it a perfect recipe for both seasoned vegan bakers and curious newcomers alike. So, let this be a gentle process. Put on some music that makes you happy. Clear a little space on your counter. This isn't a race or a test of skill. It's an act of care, a moment of mindful creation. The joy is as much in the making as it is in the eating. The simple, repetitive motions of measuring, whisking, and folding can be wonderfully therapeutic. Let the world outside fall away for a little while as you focus on this small, sweet task. The reward, I promise you, will be more than just a delicious cupcake. It will be a sense of accomplishment and a moment of pure, sweet joy.